We still think they can. So again, if you look at the daily mobility data, because this is giving us a very good read on what people are doing in the economy. In the second quarter, at its worst, people were moving around in Indonesia about 40% less than normal. So people were staying at home, they weren't spending. That has picked up. So people are starting to leave their homes a little bit more. They are starting to spend a little bit more. That should show up in things like retail sales, that should show up in consumption. But it's still going to be tough. So I think this latest data is telling us that the Q2 hit to income and jobs was probably a bit higher than expected. We're also seeing the effect of the virus on, again, maybe we were seeing a recovery and people moving around, but that's starting to slow. So we were hoping for a rebound in Q3. We still think that we are past the worst in Indonesia, and we are going to see a recovery coming through from the third quarter onwards. It's not going to be especially quick, but we do expect the recovery to start. But I think the risk is that we have to wait yet another quarter. And clearly that the key driver of all of this is the pandemic and the number of cases that we're finding.
So what's the outlook for Indonesia economic for full year 2020 from S&P Global Rating?
Well, right now we see the growth at about 0.5, 0.7% for this year. We might need to take a look at that now, given the number that we've got for Q2. But we still think that we're going to see a reasonable rebound next year, growth around 6.5, 6.7%, that sort of area, which on paper looks pretty good. It looks like a pretty fast rebound. But we should remember that Indonesia should be growing normally at about 5%. So that still means that by the end of next year, Indonesia's economy is still going to have plenty of spare capacity. There are probably going to still be many people without a job, and it's going to take until 2022, maybe even 2023, before we get back to a new normal for Indonesia's economy. So a rebound next year, growth above 6%, we still feel comfortable with that, but that does not mean that we're back to normal.